We had a lot of fun playing, and they allowed us to have that fun. And there wasn't the pressure of winning and losing a lot in the beginning until you got onto teams where competition was healthy, but it got a little more serious then. But the fun of playing and the exhilaration of skating hard and wearing yourself out physically was wonderful to have at that time in our lives. I really, to this day, believe that the minor hockey dressing rooms really begin to instill in kids how to get along with people, their peers in the setting that they play, who you have to get along with and know how to work with them. All of those skills come right out of the minor hockey dressing room. And I think those skills were more important than any of the hockey that we learned. The big thing was to make the local town team at the juvenile level. That was at about 14, 15 years of age. And once you got on that team, we then were good enough to vie for the provincial title, and we won that title. And that really kind of whetted the appetite for more. And out of that, we were scouted and got offers to play in the South. And coming from a mining camp, that was very important to us because our parents didn't make enough money to send us away to school. But if you got a scholarship in some way, and if you could use the game to do that, that really worked for us, and a lot of us did it that way. So I went to St. Mike's in Toronto to play junior hockey, played 3 years there, and then turned professional for 5 years. I went back to school first to get an undergraduate degree, and then I worked in hockey on the West Coast for some 15 years, but went back to law school when I was 40 years old. And that was quite unusual because I was going to school with my own kids at the time. But it worked very well. It was the best thing I ever did, and it gave me the confidence to go on. And the opportunity for a full-time president of the old Canadian Amateur Hockey Association came up, and I was asked to interview for it. And not by plan, but by happenstance, I got selected for that. And I really thought it would only be a short-term opportunity, but it turned into a 20-year job, and I thoroughly enjoyed it all the way. I think the accomplishment that pleases me most was after the success of the World Junior team and the National Junior competition was bringing those two organizations together, the old Hockey Canada and the Canadian Hockey Association, merging into one, and while still maintaining the right to Hockey Canada. Once the two organizations came together, the doors really opened. We were able to deal with the National Hockey League general managers and the players directly, and they were prepared and willing to give back to the game, so our programs really took off from that point. The game was so good for me to give me the opportunities I had. I wouldn't have got them any other way because we had no money to buy our way into further education or to travel or anything. The game did that for me, and because it worked so well for me, I thought it should work for most any kid, particularly children in small town Canada. The game is wonderful to get them started in life, and as I got into the business end of hockey, I thought the more kids we can give that opportunity to, the better it will work for them. Whether or not they become good hockey players or not, they'll get a better start in life by the experience in the minor hockey dressing rooms. I think as you get older, you begin to appreciate how good the country has been to you, and there's a bit of an obligation builds that we should give back a bit. And when you look to give back, you look at those things that have worked well for you, and sport has been, and when I say sport, I talk team sports mainly. It provides life skills in a peer setting for kids that are invaluable as they grow, and begins to create an independence in them to reach out and do more and make more happen. So giving back through sport is a good way to give back to your country.